Good morning. This is TCR, TroyCommunityRadio.com. I'm Clint Myers on 107.1 WTJN. It's time now for the Mayor's Report. And sitting in for the Mayor this morning is Sue Knight. Good morning.
Good morning. How are you?
Wonderful. Glad to have you on the program. It's been a little while.
Yes. Nice to be here. Thank you.
You had council this week.
Yes. Last evening, Troy City Council met. There was a fairly light agenda. Council had two resolutions. There was an amendment to the Complete Streets policy, so that will go to a third reading. And the amendment had to do with removing some wording from the Complete Streets policy attachment to the legislation. Council also approved an extension of duty entry for an employee. Sewer rates was on the agenda. That was approved, but there will be no increase to sewer rates in 2018, that's very good to know. There were two rezonings, both of which will go to a second reading and a public hearing at the next meeting. One of the rezonings is located at 322 West Market Street, and that is a rezoning to a B1 local retail district. The other is the rezoning of a recently annexed property on McCabe Road to apply a city zoning to the property, which is single-family residential. It's also, right now, it's county single-family residential.
Okay.
So that was fairly brief. There were some updates provided to City Council, one by the Troy Main Street Executive Director, Nicole Loy, the other by the Rec Executive Director, Kelly Snyder. They both provided some very good information to Council about current projects that they have going on, funding, and really good news for both of the organizations.
Good things did come out of both of them. I know Main Street. I have had a chance to now meet Nicole several times, and a wonderful person to be heading up Main Street for us.
Yes, absolutely. We're very fortunate.
All right. Anything else in council?
Not necessarily in council, although I will provide the usual reminder that we're in the middle of leaf collection, and I think after the storm this past weekend, leaves have really come down. Asking citizens to rake those leaves out, but please to not mingle it in with other yard refuse, because some of those things vines are kind of messy and they can clog the equipment and cause damage.
Yeah, so keep your sticks and twigs and some of that brush separate from your leaves. That way it doesn't bog down the machine and make it so it kind of waylays things a little bit.
Right. Those vines and other yard waste can be placed in those very large tea bags, which citizens can purchase, and then those are placed out and also collected by the city.
All right. And if someone has a truck, they can take their refuse like that, the leaves and the sticks, over to the Dye Mill Road facility.
They certainly can. Dye Mill Road is going to be open through the first Saturday of December. Then it will be closed for the season.
So that's a little bit longer than it normally is open.
Usually it's around Thanksgiving time. I think it's going to be like an extra week.
Give them an extra week to get over there.
Yes.
Okay. Well, today is Saturday the 11th, and it's Veterans Day.
It certainly is, and there is a Veterans Day ceremony at Veterans Memorial, Riverside Cemetery. Of course, 11th hour, 11th day, 11th month. Hopefully that is going to be a very well-attended event. It's put on by the Veterans Memorial Honor Guard. And, of course, if the weather is not the nicest, they will still have the ceremony, but at the VFW location on Fever Road.
All right. That'll keep everybody dry.
Yes.
The tree downtown, beautiful tree. And that was donated from?
By the Sandifer family. And we are so grateful to the residents who have provided us every year the gift of a Christmas tree to go on the public square. So I would say if someone has a tree that they think would be appropriate, they would like us to look at, to put on the list for the future, call City Hall, call the mayor's office. We'll be glad to check it out and let you know.
It makes me want to plant one just so I have one, 20 years from now that
30 years,
that I would be able to donate. That would be big enough to go in the fountain.
The trees are they're just always so beautiful.
It is. I love downtown Troy. Love downtown Troy to start with, but during the holidays, it just has that I always think of Norman Rockwell and kind of how he painted his interpretation of the holidays.
Yes.
Santa House should be here coming up this week.
The Santa House is scheduled to arrive on November 14th. And that way it'll be all set and decorated, not for Santa on the weekend of November 17th to the 19th. That is the holiday welcome weekend that's kind of being celebrated throughout Miami County.
Yes.
But the Santa House will be there in anticipation, because we all know Santa's not coming until the Friday after
That's right. He is a busy man.
Absolutely.
But he'll arrive for the Grand Illumination the day after Thanksgiving.
Right.
And we'll pretty much get right to it and see the kids.
Yes. We the schedule, if everything goes right, and with Nicole working on the schedule and the mayor involved, I think it's going to be timed exactly. You know, where the tree will be, the lights all come on, and the tree and everything downtown. 7 p.m. is the planned time, and then Santa's going to try to make his way over to the Santa House and see all those children who are waiting. And one thing is that if the line is long, Santa's not going to leave until he talks to every single child.
That is so great. It doesn't matter how old I get. It is still emotional to watch the kids downtown when Santa arrives on the fire truck and the Grand Illumination. It's that whole air of community.
It is, and they're so excited. They're jumping up and down, and moms and dads are holding them. And what's also neat are to see, like, maybe our college students who are back home, or young people who may have moved away from the area, and they're coming back with their children to visit Grandma and Grandpa, and they're out there just as excited, saying, "I did this when I was little," you know. And
that's what I love so much about the Santa House, because I can remember as a kid coming to downtown Troy and used to have the Santa House.
Yes, there's always been some type of facility for some place where Santa would always see the children and listen to their want list and make sure that they've been good boys and girls too.
Well, we got to make sure of that.
Yes.
Now, we touched on it a little bit, the Holiday Welcome Weekend.
Yes.
That is November 17th through the 19th.
Correct.
And this would usually be our Merchants Open House weekend,
Yes.
but this is for all of Miami County, so
Yes.
it's including 5 cities, not just Troy.
Yes. That has been organized through the Visitors Bureau, and I think they've done an excellent job. Now you just have to decide where you're going to go when.
Exactly. There's there are over 100 unique shops and restaurants between all 5 cities.
Yes.
So that is going to be the great weekend to get the jump start on the holiday shopping before Thanksgiving. No need to wait for Black Fridays or any of that. You can get out and certainly find something unique for your loved ones within the 5 cities here in Miami County.
I would certainly think so, and as an extra benefit, you're going to run into friends and neighbors and get a chance to visit for a minute. That'd
Absolutely.
Be fun too.
Now, I know Troy is also having carriage rides that weekend.
Troy Main Street is organized carriage rides for that weekend, and I think also for the night of the Illumination.
Wonderful.
Yes.
I cannot wait.
Yes.
One more thing we had on the list. Now, coming up over at Hobart Arena, they're going to be, the MKSK is going to be presenting their findings to their study.
That is true. This is a presentation by MKSK, the consultants, on their findings for the Downtown Riverfront Strategic Development Study. And that is on Monday, November 13, 6:30 p.m. at the Bravo Room at the Hobart Arena. It's an open meeting. Seating's limited to 200, so that'll be on a first come, first served basis. But also, the presentation will be streamed live on Troy Main Street's Facebook page. So that's another opportunity for that.
Well, that way everyone can stay in touch.
Yes.
And there can be no one saying, well, I didn't know that this was happening or that was. This is where all the information is, and so everyone is invited to come over and join in. And like you say, if you can't make it there, you'll still be able to watch it on Main Street's Facebook page.
That is correct.
Okay. Well, Sue, is there anything else you'd like to add in this morning?
Can I run through just to make sure everybody knows we've got some wonderful concerts coming up at Hobart Arena? Just take a second.
Certainly. Yeah.
Okay.
Well, we with the additions of Hobart Arena. There's more things that can happen there, I think, than what people may know.
Well, there's some wonderful concerts coming up. still tickets. There are probably not very many, but on November 29, concert by Martina McBride at 8 p.m. at the Hobart Arena.
Wow.
December 2nd, REO Speedwagon concert at 8 p.m. They're very popular.
Great show.
Yes, and on December 15th is Home Free, a country Christmas concert. Again, 8 p.m. Just contact the Hobart Arena for tickets. These are great opportunities. You don't have to travel far to have these opportunities, and if the weather's bad,
It's
right
indoors.
here in town, and wonderful parking area.
Absolutely. It's right in our backyard.
Yes.
Hobart Arena. Thank you so much, Sue, for coming in this morning.
It has been my pleasure. Thank you for having me.
This has been the Mayor's Report with Sue Knight. I'm Clint Myers on 107.1 WTJN.